This, ladies and gentlemen, is a story of shocking and unpardonable appeasement. It is unpardonable because it undermines India's security interests on a day when Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani, also known as the leader of the hardline Pakistan-funded faction of the Hurriyat Conference, is once again in hospital. Times Now has uncovered a trail of cash for care payouts. Yes, cash for care payouts, an insurance policy, health policy that has been taken out virtually by the state at the expense of you and me, the taxpayer. Documents seen by Times Now and in possession of our reporters reveal how the government, both at the state level and the local level, is splurging on the health bills of a man whose dalali, and there's no other word for it, has bled India. Here are the hard facts, as always, upfront, that expose the levels to which the state went to ensure, yes, ensure a sworn Pak dalal like Gilani's health. Let's look at some of the facts upfront on this show tonight. Hard fact 1, there it is on your screens. Crores spent on medical care for Gilani between 2003 and 2017. On Independence Day, this is unacceptable because it shows you how appeasement has led to the undermining of India's national interest. Hard fact 2, it's on your screens now. 3 crores spent in treating kidney ailments in the year 2003 in Mumbai. 3 crores. Imagine what 3 crores could have done for the fate of children in Uttar Pradesh who are struck year after year by encephalitis. Hard fact 3, Gilani spent, or rather sent, in air ambulance, in chopper, provided by the state government. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Yes, air ambulance is being provided for a man who takes money from Pakistan to kill or finance the killing of India's braves. Who gets that kind of treatment in this country? I don't, you don't, ladies and gentlemen. Here, a dalal, a Pakistani agent, gets that kind of treatment. The state, hard fact 4, the state has deputed India's leading specialists to attend to Gilani in the past and in the present as he labors in hospital, another time at your expense. State monies splurged even though Gilani owns crores in assets, and we will break down these crores for you. That's the last hard fact. Look at it, it's on your screens. Crores spent even though this man himself is a crorepati. Yes, let me go across straight to Pradeep for more on this story. Let's go across to Pradeep. Pradeep, what can you tell us? Pradeep, this is a sensational disclosure. You have seen documents. You have accessed some of these documents. This is shocking appeasement. And quite frankly, on the eve of India's independence, we need azadi from appeasement. Why is the political class been giving these payouts to this traitor?
See, Rahul, you're absolutely right. If you try to analyze the situation during the last 3 decades, separatism has become a kind of an industry around which the whole ecosystem evolves. In fact, it is the most profitable enterprise where you hardly have to invest anything. There is hardly any risk, but the returns are very high. A reason being that all these separatists for the last 30 years are being dealt with, in fact, velvet glove, and they are being provided all sorts of luxurious treatment. It is not only that we are providing them a luxurious treatment, treatment or at the expense of the taxpayers' money. But even for the medical treatment, they have not to pull their purse strings. We are trying to ensure that their health is good so that they can make the atmosphere unhealthy in Kashmir Valley. As you mentioned about this thing, this happened in 2002 when he was arrested for a money laundering case. He was getting money from one Ayub Thakur, and that was the time when he was sent to the Ranchi jail. It was in 2003, that was the time when Mufti Mohammed Saeed said that he is not well, so he got in touch with the Home Ministry and finally got Gilani released on parole. And on state chopper, he was taken to the Tata Memorial Hospital for the kidney treatment. Not only this, Gilani insisted, see, here is a man who is dictating terms, the person who is trying to, in fact, wage war against the country at the behest of Pakistan. Here he is trying to insist that he wants a specialist doctor from Sher-e-Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences, Khurshid Iqbal. Khurshid Iqbal is sent to Mumbai to ensure that he is getting the proper treatment. Not only this, from time to time, whether he was sent to Medanta for the pulmonary treatment, whether he was provided ambulance. And at one point of time, you can see the level of appeasement. At one point of time, even Umar Abdullah had offered to provide him a chopper because that was the time when he had raised a question that the government of Jammu and Kashmir is constructing a macadamized road to Amarnath Shrine. So fearing that there will be trouble, Umar Abdullah in fact said, I am going to provide chopper to Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani. So this shows the politics of appeasement, and it is because of this politics of appeasement.
So not only does he get security cover at Indian taxpayer expense, but he also gets a kind of medical insurance policy, undeclared, unofficially, from the Indian state to ensure that he lives on. He lives on, this traitor, for years altogether to bleed us. This kind of appeasement is what is costing our country. And today he stands up. Of course, he's in hospital, but in the lead up to the debate on Kashmir for all, he's one of those who says, no question of it, Kashmir should not be integrated with this country. This is how ungrateful this man is, and this is how obliging our state is. Can't believe it, but this man is no pauper. It's not as if he can't afford treatment. Nikunj Garg, in fact, tells us that even though the state has paid his medical bills, this man has properties. Now let's go through some of those before I bring in Nikunj. Nikunj, he has ancestral bungalow in Sopore worth 1 crore. There you can see it, it's on your screens. Let's look at property 2. Office cum residence built on 1.5 canals of land in Srinagar. That won't be cheap. That won't be cheap. 3, 2-storied house in Bulbul Barg, Barasula. There you can see it. 3rd, 4th, 2-bedroom flat, Gupta Colony, Khirki extension in the capital. Man is investing all over the country. 2-storied house, Baghe Mehtab, Srinagar. I've already counted 4 properties for you, which are in a small area of just Srinagar. 1 in Delhi. 3-storied bungalow, another mansion, built on half-canal land at Bemina in Srinagar. 100 to 150 canals of land in Singapore, Pattan. There you can see it, Singapore, Pattan also. Double-storied house, Rahmatabad, Jammu and Kashmir. Nikunj, this man is having a ball. Having a complete ball with all the money that he gets from Pakistan. He gives a little bit here and there, pockets the rest of it, builds these mansions, has a good time. His children are studying here and there, working in the state, and also he's money laundering.
Absolutely, Rahul, he is money laundering because, you know, the same individual who's actually said that he is a Pakistani, he's gone on record and said that he's a Pakistani, he is not an Indian citizen, is investing money in the heart of the national capital of India. And where is this money coming from? This money is coming from the Pakistani masters who pay him to create continuous turmoil, with unstinted Pakistan backing, continuous turmoil in the valley, which ultimately leads to the loss of life of innocent Kashmiris. And look at the hypocrisy. You have just listed 1 property in New Delhi, at least 4 properties of his clan. He himself and his clan are known to the law enforcement agencies and are now under the prosecution ambit in the probe that the Enforcement Directorate and the National Investigative Agency have launched. And the same man says Kashmir should not be integrated with India. Then why are you buying properties in the heart of the national capital in South Delhi? For your own personal comfort and coziness? The fact of the matter is that on multiple occasions, Kashmiri leadership, starting from Mufti Saeed, Farooq Abdullah, Omar Abdullah, and now even the present Chief Minister have repeatedly forced, and somehow, unfortunately, the Ministry of Home Affairs also in New Delhi has gotten blackmailed by their constant, shenanigans, and allowed these individuals the kind of state privileges and state treatment that even the most respected leaders of this country do not get. Forget about people who openly claim to be Pakistanis and who openly are taking money from Pakistan and laundering it to disturb peace and harmony in one of the most security point of view vulnerable region of this country. Fact is that this is something that needed to be exposed, and today, when Times Now exposes it, the state government and Ministry of Home Affairs must come to a collective decision.
That there are no other favors accorded to this man. Now we are being told, and I think Pradeep is aware of this, that there are more than 50 cases in which at least 47, 48 or 49 of them are still under investigation. They go back to 3 decades. So neither do cases against this man get prosecuted in time. Pradeep.
See, yes, Rahul, we have got the dossier of the FIR that exposes the politics of the appeasement. Out of the 56 cases in the last 3 decades, 49 of them are yet to be investigated. And it is because of this reason that this man has been able to abuse and use the system. It is not only using and abusing the system, he has also got his man, in fact, planted in the state machineries who from time to time help you. If you go through the serial number 37, see what actually the investigating officer is saying. This is a case about 2010 when more than 120 people died. See, these are the normal charges. He was the one who had in fact mobilized, instigated people to come out on street. It is because of him that 120 people lost their lives. According to the investigating officer, the case is being dealt in a sensitive manner, forcing bigger agitation. If the subject is arrested, there will be more trouble. So these the blackmailing tactics. Even the investigating officer.
Pradeep, can you hold up that note? Can you hold up that note to the camera? Is it possible for you to do so? Or is it in your phone? Is it in your phone or is it in your
phone? Yeah, it's in my phone.
Yeah, it's difficult.
It's in my phone.
I know.
Serial number 37.
Serial number
37. Yeah, you will find that in the last column, the investigating officer is saying that if there will be more agitation if we are going to arrest this man. So these are the kind of blackmailing tactics which normally these people used to. And it is the investigating officer.
Yes.
And they are the one who are in fact misleading the state government. And the state government keeps on in fact obliging
Here are those.
See,
here are those documents.
It is a...
Here are those documents. I have them right here in my hand. We are just going to focus on them and you can see the cases here. Not just one, but several cases. Look at them. Look at them. Have a look. Let's have a look at these cases. There they are. This is the document. This is a Times Now exclusive document that we have had for the last few days. We have been, in fact, checking these documents for their authenticity, and we have now come to the conclusion that they have been actually authenticated and they represent the facts. Let's play out some visuals today also of Gilani's son-in-law being produced in court. While I show you some of these documents here, you can see are all the cases, FIR numbers that have been filed here. Several cases under very strenuous sections of the Ranbir Penal Code, of the Terrorism Act, IPC, several of them in various police stations across the length and breadth of Jammu and Kashmir. And if you really look here in this column, status of the case, Challan under section 512 of the CRPC, just one case here under TADA, under investigation, untraced, not admitted. Challan has not been submitted in court yet. Trial has not been started so far, and we are talking about 1999. 1999 till date, no trial has begun. Look at this, under investigation, not admitted, later closed on such and such 2006. Here it is. Under investigation. All these documents show you the mehrbani that has been done on this dalal, on this man who takes money from Pakistan to kill our innocents. Here, again, another list. Now, this is 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Serial number of cases going up to 48. You can see up and down here. 48. 48 is the serial number. There you can see. 48. You can see that. There it is. And look at what is said. Under investigation, under investigation, under investigation. No ever investigation. All these cases, 2009, 2010, 2010, 2010, 2010, 2010, 7 years, cases are under investigation. The man gets free treatment, medical treatment. He is actually a state protectee. A state protectee. And look at his son-in-laws. Even his son-in-laws today are being produced in court, are going to go to jail. This man, who is the organizer of large-scale violence, and this is what he has to say about his own status, by the way. I will play out his soundbite. Listen to how he describes himself. Ali Shah Gilani, how he describes himself. Let's play out that soundbite.
By birth, I am not Indian. By birth, I am not Indian. We are under occupation.
Documents में क्या लिखा आपने वहाँ पे?
Documents में क्या है? वहाँ ये है कि मैं by birth Indian हूँ. मैंने कहा कि नहीं, I am not by birth Indian. This is also a reality.
This is also a reality because he thinks that, you know, we are in illegal occupation of the state of Jammu and Kashmir. And this man is today getting state patronage to this extent. State air ambulance is taking Mr. Gilani, this Dalal, to hospital. Does that happen for you? I'm sure your relatives, if they have, God forbid, ever had a medical emergency, you probably had to wait hours and then in frustration moved your own ailing relative, be it your son, daughter, mother, father, your spouse, to hospital. But this man gets an air ambulance from the state, gets the best specialists. The names of some of those specialists are also available. How they would have attended to them, I don't know. I don't know. But doctors are supposed to put everything to the side so they do their job. Is the state doing its job today? That's the question we want to ask. But there will be enough people here, apologists. Some of them are also smiling as I'm speaking. Satyanath Sarangi is one of them who's distinguishing himself by smiling at all of this, saying, wow, what a great expose. Satyanath Sarangi, activist. Dr. Dinesh Varshne, another man who will obviously be very remorseful on screen, but his party does something completely different. Majid Haidari, political analyst, who is also today looking mighty pleased with himself. Ahmed Ayaz, Muslim Personal Law Board member, secretary. Colonel R.S.N. Singh is there with us, and Dr. Sambit Patra. Dr. Patra, what's going through your mind right now when I'm bringing out these facts?
Can I just say something that I've been...
You're absolutely right.
No, 1 second, Mr. Sarangi. I'm not addressing you right now. Let's go with some amount of discipline. I don't want to reduce every debate on Kashmir to a shouting, screaming, you know, lung exercise. Please.
No. I just wanted to make a small comment on what you just said.
Have I addressed you, sir? Have I addressed you? You can make it. I'll come to you. No issues. No one's running away from this. Dr. Patra.
Okay.
You are right. When you ask me, Rahul, as to what is going on in my mind while I see this expose of yours, well, definitely this customary congratulation goes out to you for having instigated us in the right way, that, well, wake up and see as to what is happening. There are people who call themselves separatists, and yet we see years after years the statecraft is supporting these separatists. And well, I can say that the narrative after Mr. Modi government's advent has changed a great deal. I can say with all my confidence that there was a time when these separatists, who today, in fact, a matter of discussion, debate, and in fact, we mince no words to speak the truth against them. There was a time when they were revered. There was a time when no dialogue between India and Pakistan was complete without involving these Hurriyat leaders. There was a time when any leader from outside this country, I mean, particularly Pakistan, would come to India. First, they would, in fact, bow before these Hurriyat leaders, and thereafter they would meet the Indian Premier. And there was a reciprocal side from the Indian politicians as well, the reminiscence of which is, in fact, visible even today. I believe things are changing from 56 cases, of which 49 still have not been investigated as yet, as your reporter was rightly pointing out, to the NIA going in a hot pursuit against these people, to the extent that many of the the family members of the likes of Gilani today are almost about to cool their heels behind the bars, it shows that the narrative has changed, but yet there are other issues which needs to change as well. For instance, why should the taxpayers' money be spent for the treatment of the man which is responsible for number of atrocities against the Kashmiris? Number of ills of the Kashmir today is because of men like Saeed Shah Gilani.
There you go. Mr. Sarangi, your response, you can begin with whatever preface you choose.
Okay, first thing I wanted to comment on the five bad things about what you said about Gilani. First, that he has a lot of property. Second, that this property has grown quite a lot. Third, that he has a lot of criminal cases. Fourth, that these criminal cases have gone unresolved. And fifth, you laid a slide that he has caused a lot of people to be killed. I'm saying in all of these five, you can have one of the well-known persons in this country, Mr. Amit Shah, guilty. He has a lot of money, phenomenal rise in money.
My God. Look at these protectors of terrorists. They can go to any extent.
What are you saying?
My God. Look at these protectors of terrorists.
I didn't interrupt.
Look at the protectors of these terrorists. I mean, they can go. No, I know I never wanted to interrupt. But the way you have tried to bring Amit Shah into this debate,
where are you coming from?
But I would say it is blasphemous.
No, does Amit Shah stand up and say, 1 minute, does Amit Shah stand up and say, I'm not an Indian by birth? I take money from Pakistan. I want Kashmir to be appended to that.
Where is Advani from? Where is Advani from?
What are you saying?
Where was
Advani? No, let me. You didn't hear my question.
You lost your mind.
1 second.
Tell me, Sambit Patra, where was Advani born?
What are you saying? Mr. Sarangi, which direction are you taking this debate in? Are you also somebody, and I'm asking you this question.
What are you suggesting?
I want you to make a complete declaration. No, 1 minute.
If Advani was born before independence,
what difference does it make?
And came to India,
this man says, on my passport, I am an Indian.
I mean, what kind of shameless creature you are? I mean, I'm sorry for these words, but this is shamelessness. This is absolute shamelessness.
No, I'm sorry, Mr. Sarangi. Today, you are not. No, 1 second. No, 1 second. The only way we can actually get beyond this is by asking you 3 questions step by step. So let's look at it. Does Amit Shah does Amit Shah, 1 minute. Does Amit Shah or any other politician in this country, Mr. Sarangi, I'm asking you, does he get money from Pakistan? Does he speak for Pakistan? Does he want Kashmir to be handed to Pakistan? Has he made his properties on the money that he gets from Pakistan? Answer me. Otherwise, sir, you will face defamation. Criminal defamation suit will be filed against you, sir. I warn you, Mr. Sarangi. Today, don't speak loosely. Don't speak loosely, sir. What are you saying? Let's go over the facts. No, 1 second, 1 second. Let me have a look.
Where do you get your funds from?
Let me first pull out. No, 1 second. 1 second.
Where do you get your funds from?
Shocking, sir. Shocking. I can't believe this. I can't believe that on the eve of independence, I am hearing an individual today who
where do you get your funds from?
And question elected representatives who have declared every shed of money to 1 second, to the Election Commission, who submit themselves to inquiries on several occasions, whose monies are accounted for. I can't believe that on the eve of independence, you have individuals such as this in this country who will sit here today and obfuscate for whom? Obfuscate for whom? A man who has the blood of Jawans on his hands.
Pretty old, yeah?
Who has the blood of innocent Kashmiris on his hands. Who has the blood of innocent
I have for you,
braves.
Rahul, the question I
have the question I have for you, sir.
Where?
No, 1 second. Were crores? No, 1 second. Yeah. This is what we broke it down to. This is what we broke it down to, and I'm going to look at this very, very closely. Here's what we broke it down to.
Yeah.
And let's put that out. Let me go over these hard facts again, because we will see just what Mr. Sarangi seems to be suggesting. I want to put out those hard facts once again on air. No, 1 second. Mr. Sarangi, I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. I expected you tonight not to come out and say at any level that I support your demand to end the appeasement, and no, one second, I expected you fully, but sir, today you have stooped to ridiculous levels of appeasement. God alone knows, sir, why you are appeasing treachery. I'm sorry. And you know, Mr. Sarangi, I'm a polite man, and I'm therefore addressing you as sir. But I don't know, sir, if you require to be addressed with honorifics today, there will be many Indians out there who will be completely shocked. Crores spent on medical care for Gilani between 2003 and 2017 at our expense. A man who goes around ordering the butchery of Indian forces. Does he deserve this? Does he deserve a state air chopper? Sir, children in this country who have deathly fevers are not flown around in air choppers. I'm shocked today, sir, that you should be condoning this on a day. Did any of those Bhopal gas victims, sir, that you talk about so passionately, were any of them flown around in a state air chopper? I'm asking you. Where is your compassion?
Rahul,
where is your compassion?
I have some points. Let me join.
Where is your compassion, Mr. Sarangi? I'm asking you this question. You stood for 25 years for justice for Bhopal victims. Did you not?
More.
Did you more? By your own admission, 1984 till today. Now, would you want the state's resources to be diverted to a traitor? Or would you want them to be spent on individuals whose lives are worth saving? I'm asking you this question today. You tell me. You tell me today, sir.
What
point?
I'm saying is, are we talking
you
about
tell me, sir, how much money 3 crores would have been translating into when it came to the Bhopal gas tragedy that you stood and fought for? I'm asking you this question. How dare you today say that 3 crores of hard-earned taxpayer money should be flushed down the toilet and spent on a man who bleeds this country dry and stands up and says, I'm not an Indian. I'm asking you, sir, today. Shame on you and your movement and your human rights.
Knowing what you have just said, I wish even a fraction of that money was being.
What do you wish for, sir? You wish today to pullulate the environment with your absolute, unfortunately ill-informed rhetoric. That's what you want to do.
I'm trying to tell you.
You are not trying to tell me anything. Now you're getting defensive because you have suddenly realized that I've caught you.
Now you don't want to listen.
I don't. What do you mean I don't want to? I don't certainly want to listen to this rubbish.
Invited to this program. Let me be allowed to speak now. Why are we Kashmiris here then?
Let me.
Because you're part of the problem here.
Kashmir issue.
Some of you are part of the problem. So relax. 1 minute. I want to open this out. 1 second.
You asked us not to shout.
1 second, Mr. Hydari. Now calm down. I'm coming out to all of you. Relax. One by one. Now, let me begin with Dr. Dinesh Varshney of the CPI, whose leaders have gone knocking on the doors of Mr. Gilani and embraced him. Should this be continuing, Dr. Varshney? Can I have a logical response from you tonight?
Rahul Shivshankar, let me tell you one thing. Whether it is you or the BJP, we can see your hypocrisy.
Really?
Who is running the government in Jammu and Kashmir? The PDP, BJP. Why the government of India has not shot down that helicopter where Gilani was going, in which Gilani was going? Do you know even the prisoner has a right to have a health? And I believe that everybody should be given this VIP health, including the children of the Gorakhpur who have been made to die. They should have been flown in the UP government helicopter to All India Institute of Medical Sciences, from where Dr. Sambhi Patra has taken a degree. It is a premier institute of health. Oxygen should have been flown to Gorakhpur hospital also. So therefore, and if he is being paid by the state, that means he is a stakeholder, my dear. He is a stakeholder, whether you ask this question to BJP or not.
Can I answer these questions?
That is your choice.
Yeah. Go ahead, answer these questions. But first we'll take a short break. 1 minute.
Why has he not
I'll take a short break at this point. We'll come out straight to Dr. Patra to take those questions. Short break. I need to be back after this short break. Hold your thoughts. We're coming back.
Tonight, politics first versus India first. Shouldn't netas put nation above religion? Watch the debate on the News Hour at 9.
I have a problem with open-ended questions. Questions that allow for obfuscation. You have not answered any of my questions. You have danced and deflected. Don't make us wear dunce caps, sir. Questions that don't yield the hard fact. What would you have had Major Gogoi do? Should he have opened fire? I'm asking you, should he have opened fire, yes or no? Because only the absolute fact will clinch the argument. 15 judges have sat in judgment of Pakistan case. Were you about to commit premeditated murder? Only airtight questions bring closure. Here is a meticulous register of payments which goes straight into the Hurriyat office. Is the Hurriyat nothing more but the Dalal of Pakistan? Why settle for anything less? Demand the absolute hard fact.
No one knows their true metal until it's been tested. Until it emerges from the fiery chasm of experience, as it flows through the true course of credibility. Until it gives form to raw insights, striking every lead with full force on the anvil of journalistic integrity, fortifying your trust with our principles and values. We know our true metal because you've tested it. Times now. Action begins here.
The morning news are.
We see, we discern, we ask questions.
What has Mr. Rohit Vemula's case got to do with violence by ABVP?
Direct.
Are those people who believe to the contrary of what Gurmehar thinks and believes, are they wrong?
Unbiased.
Why don't our politicians get down and decide first before the courts step in?
Uncompromising.
What is your future Pakistani policy? What is the kind of action you're going to take in terms of economic and trade sanctions?
Because we are your vision. Times now. Action begins here.
You are just bothered up saying Hindu and Muslim. We are not saying Hindu and Muslim. We are saying what's wrong and what's right, sir.
This channel, Times Now, your channel, is breaking one of the most vile and unpardonable acts of appeasement known. We have been able to see documents, access records like these in my hand that seem to suggest that the state sponsors medical care for Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani. Let's put some of this out. This is what the state has been doing. And I want to go through each of these points. Crores have been spent on medical care for India's #1 Pakistani dalal between 2003 and 2017. It goes into double digits, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at the next hard fact. There it is on your screens. 3 crores alone spent in treating kidney ailments in the year 2003 in Mumbai. For a man who goes out there, and let's look at the next graph, who goes out there, funds terrorists who approach him for money to do what? To wage war on the Indian state. Gilani is also flown around in air ambulances, in choppers provided by the state government. When he is a very rich man, I don't understand. I really don't understand why he is given all these basic benefits. Let's look at some of the other. Let's look at some of the other benefits that he's getting. There's a cash for care racket that is being run, an insurance policy of health. State deputed India's leading specialist to attend to Gilani, a man who doesn't even call himself Indian. Now let's ask some of the guests what they have to say. Let me go straight across to Dr. Patra. Dr. Patra, before this break, you were asked a question by Dr. Varshne saying, will the state end this appeasement? Because on the eve of Independence Day, we need azadi from appeasement. Can you guarantee me that? Can you say that this latest medical bill that's going to be paid perhaps by the state will not be paid by your government?
Rahul, I too have been requesting you to give me a chance.
Yeah, Dr. Patra, carry on.
First and foremost, otherwise in a debate, I generally take very hard on Mr. Varshney, Professor Varshney. I generally clash with him, I would say. But on this issue, I have to be very humble and I have to respectfully answer because he has a point. The point is we have a state government there. Naturally, if money is being doled out by our state government also, you have a right to ask us as to why we are doing something and speaking something different. Remember, when the transition of power happens, it happens gradually and strategic issues are taken to a logical conclusion very gradually. Rahul, respectfully I would submit, and you would all agree, including Professor Varshney, that as far as the narrative vis-a-vis these separatists are concerned, they have changed drastically and dramatically.
True.
With the
so
Dr.
Patra, let me ask Dr. Varshney, if this government says that we will end, if this government, and he is assuring us,
Rahul,
if one were to take what Dr. Patra is saying at face value, and I'm asking you, Mr. Varshney, Dr. Varshney, if one to take, and I have no reason to disbelieve Dr. Sambit Patra because already there's been a crackdown on the in-laws, the son-in-law of Gilani, his sons, his properties, all locked up. There's been a lot of action on that front. So I'm asking you, will you support it? Will you now give up your position that they're stakeholders? I'm asking you, Dr. Varshney. I'm asking you. Gilani's son-in-law is in jail. How can we be speaking to individuals who have been pauperizing the Indian state by getting money from Pakistan, lining their own pockets? Now you tell me, will you completely come out and disregard them as stakeholders? Dr. Patra has been honest, you be honest.
Dr. Patra is being honest. I am always honest. Rahul Shivshankar, only problem is you don't consider me
denounce
honest
them as stakeholders.
Secularist, and I will remain to be secular. I say, when the government
denounce them as stakeholders. I only want one answer from you.
Listen to me.
No, I don't want to listen to your lectures, sir. I've been listening to your lectures now for months altogether.
That means he's a stakeholder.
My dear friend,
itself proves
denounce them. Denounce them. See, you don't have the courage of conviction to denounce them. There's been an unprecedented crackdown on separatists, those who have been fighting for Pakistan in the valley. You can't still go back on your position. This exposes your hypocrisy, sir.
And he's proved guilty. Let the court prove
guilty. There you go. Let him prove guilty. Let us prove the guilt. Let us wait for 20 years. The proof is staring at us. You will continue to question the proof. I don't need to speak to you anymore. Colonel RSN, what do you make of all this? Colonel RSN, what do you make of all of this?
That itself shows that he is stakeholder.
You cannot bring yourself, sir, to admit that you have taken an anti-national position on separatists for decades altogether, and it is now exposed here on Times Now. Viewers, mark this out. Viewers, mark this out. Colonel RSN.
Changing narrative. Now you are changing narrative. Now you are changing narrative and not allow me to speak completely. Because you are escapism from the basics.
वो breathless music नहीं चाहिए.
Which is a political.
अरे बोलने दीजिए वाशनी साहब, बोलने दीजिए. वाशनी साहब बोलने दीजिए.
अरे
मैं what I was saying is that I am amazed. नहीं.
मुझे तो पूरी
वाशनी साहब, I am amazed. I am amazed that why should this man go to Mumbai or Delhi for treatment and not in the Kashmir Valley or Pakistan or Saudi Arabia? Oh, what happened? Are there no good doctors in Pakistan or Saudi Arabia? What happened? They don't have the brains. And in Kashmir Valley, you have put stones in the hands of the children. So there is an organization which this fellow runs, his friend called Hafiz Saeed of Lashkar-e-Toiba. He runs an organization called Falah-e-Insaniyat, which has got a lot of doctors in payroll. So why doesn't he go in the name of jihad and get treated by Falah-e-Insaniyat? So you give stones in the hands of the children.
Haidari,
Rahul, I wish to see those stones. I wish to see those stones in the kidney of Gilani. जो पत्थर वो बच्चों के हाथ में दे रहा है,
Colonel Singh, don't shout now, let me start.
मैं ये दुआ करता हूँ कि उसके किडनी में,
We have been listening to the nonsense for the last 40 minutes.
सारे पत्थर जाए.
What are you talking? Kashmir is a special state. Kashmir leaders need special treatment.
Opulent
What are you talking about?
जो opulent lifestyle की आप बात कर रहे हो, you are talking about Rahul
BJP government also which has been giving special treatment to the leaders.
This man belongs to a tradition of 72 hoors. He belongs to a tradition of multiple wives. He belongs to a tradition of
kindly don't talk nonsense. Don't talk anti-Islamic here. We are not here to listen to your nonsense.
Which is not loyal to its ancestors. These are animals. They are not loyal to their land. They are not loyal to their ancestors. They are not loyal to Islam.
Colonel Singh, have courage to debate with me. Have courage to debate with me. Rahul Shivshankar, have courage to debate with me.
No, you answer the question. Why doesn't he go and get treated by Fala Insaniyat? Hafiz Saeed, Hindustan mein kyun free treatment karwate hain? Why doesn't he go to Saudi Arabia? Why doesn't he go to Pakistan to get himself treated?
Now let me give him a chance to speak.
No, his heart pumps hate and his kidneys pump poison. His kidneys pump poison and his heart, sir, pumps hate, anti-India hate. This man needs to go. He needs to go and get treated in the same hospital that Imran Khan runs. Go to Imran Khan's hospital. Go to Imran Khan's hospital in Pakistan. जाइए इमरान खान के हॉस्पिटल में जाइए, अपने घुटने दिखवाइए. Go to Imran Khan's hospital. Go there, get treated there.
Understand one thing firstly. Understand one thing firstly. If these
go to that ISI agent Imran Khan's hospital in Pakistan and get your kidneys treated and never come back.
Press conference to say that this all we have spent on Gilani. This is my first argument. If what Rahul
Islam का मतलब होता है अय्याशी.
What prevents government of India
Islam का मतलब होता है पत्थर और अय्याशी.
To say, see,
72 virgins.
People, and we want to apprise the people.
This is what you have reduced global jihad to. This is nothing but global ayyashi.
Rahul Shivshankar is propagating as of now.
What nonsense? Have the courage of conviction. Say कि आप हमारे state से पैसे लेते हैं. Say it.
Okay, now debate.
Majid Haidari,
I challenge
you tell me.
With me for 2 minutes.
No, where do you travel?
2 minutes.
Can I ask you, where do you travel? आप कहाँ जाते हो? दुबई भी नहीं जाते?
Yeah, sure.
Who sends you there? You tell me, Majid Haidari, you also fly around? You tell me.
Why shouldn't I go?
Why shouldn't I go? Why shouldn't I go? Sit here and lecture us on television.
Why shouldn't I go? I have
morning to noon.
Now listen first.
No, you tell me, should not Mr. Gilani go and get his kidney treated in Imran Khan's hospital, Shaukat Khanum hospital? वहाँ जाएं.
Rahul, as a journalist, I ask you one.
Panama में पैसे डाले हुए शरीफ ने. Sharif keeps money in Panama. He should give it to Gilani for his treatment. I'll tell you, the Pakistanis are so hypocritical. Even Sharif goes for his treatment to London.
Put me some question.
Because they don't trust their own hospitals. This man would have been given a cyanide pill by the ISI and killed.
That you rely upon.
Yes.
What happened to the Pakistani doctors that you were clamoring for?
Its leaders deserve special treatment.
Yeah.
To Saudi Arabia,
special. एक election जीती. One silly old election he won Gilani and ran away. He could not face it. He could not get re-elected. That's the problem. What are you talking about?
To say Dr. Sambit
Rahul,
a shameless person.
Sambit, this is the fault of the Indian establishment.
And I'm
ये इनको नौटंकी का stage दोगे?
How am I shameless? Just tell me, how am I shameless?
The more you provide this platform,
these radical Islamists, they have waged a jihad against the country, and I am shameless.
70 साल से नौटंकी कर रहा है ये लोग.
Now let me
jihad, global jihad. Islam में ये लिखा है.
Let me answer.
पत्थर पकड़ा दो जिहादियों को.
Is it not BJP government which has released?
Hey, Mr. Haidari, stop twittering. Stop twittering like a... No, 1 second. Stop twittering. Stop twittering. Haidari, Mr. Haidari, stop twittering around. You are behaving like one of those mealy-mouthed... No, 1 second. Propagandists for Pakistan. Now you zip up. You zip up. Let me ask the gentleman. Ahmed Ayaz, Secretary Muslim Personal Law Board.
That this industry shall not continue any longer.
Yes, it won't. We will ensure.
Tell the Abdullah
We will expose this. We will expose this. That's the reason why certain politicians in the valley don't want integration of India with Kashmir. They oppose. No, that is why certain politicians...
Of Independence Day, I'm telling you.
You kindly go to some school and learn some decent
No. Don't send us to any school. You send this Gilani chap to Shaukat Khanum, Imran Khan's hospital. Let him get his kidneys pumped there. No, you send him there.
Darkest philosophy on the surface of this.
Now let me ask this gentleman, Ahmed Ayaz, Secretary of the Muslim Personal Law Board. Ek minute, Hydari Saab, cool it. Let me ask. Let's show some courtesy to your fellow panelist also. Ahmed Ayaz, there you go. अरे शर्म तो कीजिए, Hydari साहब शर्म तो कीजिए. पाकिस्तान के लिए वकालत करते हैं. पाकिस्तान में you don't want to get treated. You sit here and you advocate for Pakistan, but you run away from their hospitals. Go there. Go get yourself treated in the Pakistani hospitals. You'll realize. They will suck the blood out of you, Kashmiris, and infuse it with Pakistani Punjabi blood. That's what they will do. Now, 1 minute. 1 second. Let me bring in Ahmed Ayaz, Secretary of the Muslim Personal Law Board.
It can produce doctors, it can produce, Burhananis.
1 second. Ahmed Ayaz, I want to ask you, sir, a self-respecting, so-called self-respecting Pakistani like Gilani, why does he turn to the Indian state for his health problems? Islamabad क्यों नहीं जाता है? Why doesn't he go to Islamabad?
You see, before I reply to this particular point...
you reply to this particular point. You reply to this particular point. I've asked you a particular question. I'm not speaking to some wall.
Please have the courage. Okay, please have the courage to listen to the reply. Then he wants you to free him and then he can go around. Set him free and he will go anywhere.
Arey sir, we'll pack him up and send him across the border tomorrow.
Freedom.
What are you saying?
No, listen.
Who's holding him back here? Jaiye.
Rahul, he wants... If you want me to reply this question, he wants freedom.
Isse aur meherbani kya chahiye? No, 1 second. You look at what I've got in my hand. Ahmed Ayaz. Here is a document. 1 minute.
Reward for having converted. उनको हम इनाम दें कि आपने
56 cases, 49 of them, 49 of these cases are under investigation.
You are putting a wrong question.
Mr.
Will you shut up your mouth?
Mr. Ahmed Ayaz.
Will you allow us to speak?
Mr. Ahmed Ayaz.
Shut up.
Yes.
You shut up. On the eve of Independence Day,
you are not allowing anybody to speak.
Such an important
You are not allowing anybody to speak.
I will not allow you. I will not allow you till you say that Kashmir is a part of India. You say that and the debate will continue.
Who are you?
On the eve of Independence Day,
who are you? Who are you? Who are you? You want to say everybody to say
I am an Indian.
Who are you?
Kashmir belongs to me.
Who are you?
I am an Indian. Kashmir belongs to me, not you. Kashmir belongs to the Kashmiri Hindus.
You want everybody
not
to tune you want to
I am an Indian.
Who are you?
Shut up. Who owns Kashmir? You shut up.
Rahul,
I and my fellow Indians own Kashmir.
Gilani. One that
ये कश्मीर हमारा है तुम्हारा नहीं है. You can get out with Gilani.
Lot of properties.
You can get out with Gilani.
There are no takers for this very particular issue. So far as
you also want 72 hoors with Gilani.
Because whatever legal property
hoor चाहिए Gilani साहब के साथ.
His insisters, and we don't see that he has
multiple wives चाहिए.
Second point which you have raised is, which I would like to comment upon.
Ahmed Ayaz Saab, I have only asked you one question. If he speaks for Pakistan, if he's a Pakistani citizen, do you think he should deny himself care of Indian doctors? He should say, मुझे treat ना कीजिए. एक हिंदुस्तानी स्टेथोस्कोप मेरे छाती पे नहीं लगना चाहिए. ना एक हिंदुस्तानी कैथीटर मेरे गुर्दों में जाना चाहिए. That I don't even want one catheter to be inserted into my kidneys, and I don't want one Indian stethoscope on my chest. Why can't he come out and say that?
Rahul,
denounce. No, he should say, I decline Indian medical help. He can say that, can't he?
Rahul.
No, you should. You should get treated in that POK camp in Muzaffarabad.
Ahmed Ayaz, where do you go for your treatment?
Ahmed
Ayaz, where do you go for your treatment? I'm asking you.
Anywhere.
आप कहाँ जाते हैं ट्रीटमेंट के लिए? स्किम्स जाते हैं, SKIMS जाते हैं, स्टेट हॉस्पिटल में जाते हैं?
No, I tell you, he goes to POK camp in Muzaffarabad.
Please stop the
Appeasement provides the best of the doctors.
Wait for the reply. You see, point is, as long as he is within the territory of...
नहीं, आप मुझे अपनी बात बताइए. Since you have such a problem on Independence Day Eve of saying that you salute the Indian tricolor, I am asking you, sir, आप अपनी बात कीजिए. You are not under arrest, no? I don't believe you are under arrest, so I am asking you, do you also take or do you avail of the medical facilities in India, in Indian hospitals? If you do, why don't you tell us? First thing, why don't you tell us that I swear by India, I swear by the constitution of this great country, and I love my India. You tell me these three things, and then you give me an answer.
If certain facilities have been extended to Gilani by the governments from time to time, and if those are not within the framework of the rules, then this is the concern.
I am asking you, Mr. Ayaz, what kind of two-faced separatist is this? Who says I reject the Indian state, but goes there to get insulin injections, catheters, and stethoscopes from India? I am asking you. Why does he take Indian blood and put it into his veins for dialysis? I am asking you this question.
Rahul, can I make a short comment on this?
Against the government of India or the government of state or the agencies, whoever are there.
Arey, sharam kijiye. Separatists bante. You call yourself separatists. When trouble knocks on your doors, you land up in Indian hospitals wanting Indian blood. Indian blood. You will bleed India, but you want Indian blood to save your skins. Shocking. Hypocrites. 1 minute. Dr. Patra, I just suggest you should ask Gilani and company, sorry, we can't risk such a high-profile patient's health. Go to Pakistan, go to Shaukat Khanum Hospital. Imran Khan runs a nice charitable center. If he doesn't like that, then he should go, as Colonel RSN is saying, to the Falayat in Insaniyat, which calls itself a great humanitarian organization, get himself inoculated by that terrorist. What is his name? Hafiz Saeed. Yes, Dr. Patra.
Hafiz Saeed. I have a...
Go to Israel.
Sir, it's a mic.
Why don't you say Rahul Shivshankar go to Israel?
Professor Sahab.
Israel also, who funded the IS and Taliban.
Sir, grow up. Kya trivialize kar rahe hain? Why are you trivializing a debate? Why are you bringing into all of this? I'm closing this. I am closing this debate. It disgusts me. It actually disgusts me to be anchoring a show where there are certain individuals who stand up for the hypocrisy of these anti-nationals and traitors. I rest my case, sir. I rest my case. I rest my case. I rest my case. Nothing more to be said. Navika Kumar will be joining us on the news hour in precisely
from where the Pakistan.
1 minute. 1 minute. Arey, Dr. Vashne, come on. Bring yourself to speak for India first. For God's sakes, bring yourself to speak for India first. I've been waiting for this day. It's the eve of India independence. It's the 14th of August. In 4 hours, it will be midnight. I hope, sir, I hope that you redeem your pledge with this nation and its nationhood. I leave it at that. Navika Kumar joins us for the news hour. Let me go.